All right, Sagittarius. I'm Rebecca, Empathic Crow. We are going to see what April 2026 is bringing for you. I just did Scorpio because I had done Aries through Libra on Friday. Today is Sunday, and I started with Scorpio, and the energy felt like a caffeine buzz. So let's see what it is for you, Sagittarius. So this is April 2026. However, whenever the message meets you, there may be something that is for you. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't, because it is a general reading. And I'm glad I remembered to say that, because with Scorpio, the energy was so high. I'm pretty sure I forgot, but I can put it in the description. And I think most people pretty much know that from most of the readers you may watch. All right, so Sagittarius, what is coming in for you? What is Sagittarius? Okay. All right, so we've got the Eight of Cups. So it looks like there are things that have happened, things that you have experienced, and it feels recently that it doesn't feel like you've walked away yet, or that you've turned the situation around yet, but that it's something that you're about to do. This feels like something you're about to walk away from, or you're about to shut it down. Like I'm just seeing like a garage door slamming down, not like a controlled shut, but this is a slam. So whatever this is for you, let's get a little bit more information. It looks like the sun is peeking out around the mountain, even though the moon is fully exposed here. So things have come to light, and you're not fully happy with the situation. And it looks like this is calling you to take a different path. The path may not be an easy one. We've got the mountains here, but you've got the light illuminating the way. So it's something that you can definitely navigate through. What's going on in that card? I'm seeing a lot of animals. Call it pareidolia or however you say it or whatever. But I'm seeing a lot of animals that I don't usually see in these cards. There's a face here. I try to not have my light shining at me, but let's see. What is that? It looks like a sad goat. And I'm not trying to be rude. Okay, so it's right here to the left of my finger. It looks like a sad goat. It's looking the same direction as the crow. So I'm not sure what's going on with that goat. That goat's in the mountains. Let's see what maybe that's about. And then this little yellow dot's coming to me. It kind of looks like a pentacle, but it also looks like a light. I'm not sure, but let's continue through. But yeah, I keep seeing it's like a sad or sleeping goat. Maybe it's sleeping. 3:33 on the clock. Maybe it's sleeping. What's going on for Sagittarius? What are they, or whoever this message for, what are they leaving behind? What's happened here? Ooh. Of course, you're going to want to leave this behind, Sagittarius, the Ten of Swords. And with that Ten of Swords, that's where the sad goat comes from. Like, it's just... I'm hearing you feel like you've been left with scraps. And that's where I think the goat's coming from, because I'm seeing a goat like eating the scraps around a yard. And that you feel like when you've let your heart open, it's just kind of been beaten down. You've been stabbed in the back or stabbed in the heart. Like the heart is coming forward a lot, even though this is in the back. I believe on all the depictions I can think of so far from the tarot decks I have. So that's why we have the sad goat. This is a difficult situation. All right. So let's see if we get more from the tarot on this. Ooh, Sagittarius, my heart is like hurting for you right now. if this is you, it's difficult, but I feel like like there's something that's going to change it, but I'm also hearing that you have to, yeah, like look at this. You just went from the Ten of Swords to the Ten of Pentacles. And what I was saying is, but I hear that you have to change it. It's these cups. If you continue to focus on these cups, it's just going to continue to lead to more of this. But when you go to change it and you do something different, this is what you could have. So this is how you feel. This is what you can build. That's how I'm feeling it. Like this, whew, Sagittarius. I mean, this is like a punch to the heart. Like this hurts. This hurts. Like, look, even in this Ten of Pentacles, we've got the lotus flowers here. Now I'm seeing 3 lotus flowers. I don't know if the 3 would mean anything significant to you, but I don't usually mention that I remember. The flowers at the bottom, it looks like roses. I say roses, but some of them are really open. So there may be varying flowers, but they're all like this violet color. So I feel like it's you connecting with your crown chakra, connecting with the divine, connecting, whatever that is for you, could be higher self. And knowing that, look, there's new beginnings. And here's a sunflower on both sides. Like there, again, and there's one down here. Like there are new beginnings. There is a confidence that can come to you. But it's something that you've got to build. And very similar to part of Scorpio's message. And there's a lot of sunflowers actually on this card. Similar to Scorpio's message. So if you have Scorpio in your chart, you may want to watch that video, because it has that energy with the sunflowers and the new beginning and, you know, good things coming. I talked about how it's about changing and shifting your perspective, because we can see these hurts and these things that we need to leave behind as this weight that we have to carry. We can see it as something that always happens to us, or we let our guard down. I'm seeing Scorpio had the 2 of Cups. We let our guard down, and then somebody just kind of like stomps on it, you know, stomps on our heart. And if you get into that negative mindset, which the way my heart was feeling, I can understand where that would come from, because that's an intense pain and I understand it. But at the same time, feel it, heal it, but don't stay there. And healing it doesn't mean that it goes away and it's totally gone. It means that you are more aware of the situation. You're more aware of what happened. You're more aware of even things that we may have done, you know, we may have done in our past that lead to the situations that repeat. And so healing is finding a way to change that. And even when it happens again, even when you feel yourself being pulled back, that you consciously recognize it and make a decision to do something different. Because this is not, just because this is what's happened, doesn't mean that you're bound to it. And I wasn't flipping you off if you saw my middle finger holding the card. Oh my God. Okay. But with this, there's a lot of green in there. And look, the birds up here are building. So this is you building the 10 of Pentacles. When we even think of Pentacles, you think of like the 7 of Pentacles, putting in the work. The 8 of Pentacles, kind of really, you're starting to lean into it. The 9 of Pentacles, you see somebody who's really, they've planted the seeds and they're growing, those seeds are growing, like they're coming to fruition. And then we got the 10 of Pentacles, where this is what you're living. But again, with those lotus flowers, with these mountains, it's not something that's easy. You very rarely does somebody have something that comes in and it just happens right then for them. We're going to move, we may come back to that deck, but right now we're going to go to this Chakra Wisdom Oracle. I'm going to pull a few cards for you, Sagittarius. We're going to kind of look at some of the emotions and things that are important right now. Some of those chakra areas that may be out of balance. So let's see. Passion. And the first thing I'm noticing on this is not this princess right here. And this is sacral chakra with that orange. I'm noticing this person right here. And notice how dispassionate they look. Like, here's this princess, and there's this window that has this beautiful scene. But this person, they're not even listening to what the story is that the princess is reading. They're not looking outside. They've lost interest. They've lost their passion. And so I feel like that's part of where this is coming in. And it's saying that you've got to bring that passion for something back in. What's under the chair? Let's see what's under the chair. I can't fully tell. Might be a newspaper. Maybe there's news that's come to you and it's not the best of news. And so now you feel like you've lost some of the things that you really wanted, but you haven't. You haven't lost your light. This person isn't outshining you. This person's trying to like share the space with you. They're trying to help lift you up. So whoever this is, could be ancestor, guide, angel, could be 1111 on the clock, a person in your life that you see as like sunshine, whatever it is. Just understanding that if they're putting time and effort into you, then they're trying to lift you up. But if you're looking only at the things that aren't going so well, you're not even going to see that. You're going to miss that opportunity. Because like this person, they may have a hard time. They've got a cane right here walking outside. And yet there are things trying to make it to where, okay, maybe you can't walk outside as well, but let's see what we can do to spark or ignite that passion again. So with some of this, you may have to look at alternative ways than what you originally thought to build the relationships, the abundance, whatever it is that you wanted. Oh gosh, that popped out real quick. So we have gossip. This is a heart chakra one. So in this card, and I don't even have to look at it because I love this card and I remember it completely. She is just authentically herself and it is bothering the crap out of the other two ladies. This lady, she has her paintbrush, she has her paint, she's painting everything green because that's what she wants to do. And they're just like, oh my God, what are you doing? Why are you being like that? This is where somebody's like, you're being so extra, which kind of leans into this passion card. Like I said, just because somebody is doing their own thing, maybe they have their own image, their own glow, their own personality, whatever. It doesn't mean that it diminishes yours. And I think you know that, Sagittarius. It's just sometimes we get triggered by these emotional imprints from the past. And we start believing. And again, Scorpio's message had a lot of this in it too. Even if the energy was different. It can feel like we're being attacked and maybe we're not. And we don't even understand. We don't realize that we're the ones holding ourselves back. So don't hold yourself back, Sagittarius. You've got so much. Look at this. You've got so much to give. And I really see this as you. Like you being yourself may trigger and irritate other people, but that's okay. They'll live. They'll deal. And if they don't, they may be part of the 8 of Cups that you're walking away from. All right, let's see if there's any more in the 1333 on the clock, the Chakra Wisdom Oracle. Anything else for Sagittarius? Yes, so sacral chakra, passion, creativity, intimacy. I say just kind of returning to you, being yourself. And then also that heart chakra. It's really hard to let our hearts open because of the fear of rejection. So this is a crown chakra card. So you want to get connected not to these voices in your head that are telling you all the negative things, but getting connected to, you see he's not even looking at, again, similar to, and we'll get to these cards in a second, similar to this one. He's not even looking outside at the fact that it's a beautiful day. He's stuck in his head. And look at the difference of the energy here too. Like she's a creator and he's a creator. But who's enjoying life more? She is. Because she's not bothered by even the physical people that are looking down on her. Whereas he's all up in his head and he's listening to the voices from the past. This 8 of Cups and 10 of Swords energy. He's listening to all of those things, all those negative things, the self-doubt that he learned or heard from others, or that others may actually have said, done, made him feel whatever. And she's like, you know, people are going to criticize and I'm just going to be myself. I'm painting my house green. Like there's a house. There it is. She's painted her house green. She's wearing green. She's in her heart chakra. She's just showing her heart. And he's in this even a pale yellow, because that solar plexus chakra, where our confidence and we release that anxiety when it's balanced, it's unbalanced. So that color is more muted. That's the way I see it when I'm doing Reiki. When an area is unbalanced, for me, the color will be a more muted color. All right, let's see what we had here. Perfection. Are you feeling like things have to be perfect? They have to be a certain way? Because with this card, and this is a root chakra card, is saying is that you have to give up the need for perfection. If you want to feel more confident, look at that yellow and how bright it is. And you want to be able to speak in a way that you feel comfortable with it, the blue, the throat chakra, you have to give up that need for perfection. If you don't, then you're back in this stage where you're rejecting yourself. You're feeling like other people are going to reject you. Maybe you feel like they're gossiping about you. And you've lost your passion at that point. Because when we try to bring perfection into our passion, it's very hard to get the two to go together. If you're passionate about something, you want to enjoy it. And I know, self-proclaimed perfectionist, and I've worked on it. It's getting better, but it's hard. It is really hard. So Sagittarius, it's giving up that need for perfection. Not everything is going to be perfect, and that actually is a good thing. And I'm seeing, I don't know where it is, because I completed it and I'm trying to put my projects in different places based on whether they're completed or not. But I also had it out to show someone the other day. I don't know where it is, but I did a dragon castle princess thing, and I didn't measure everything exactly the way that I would have before. And so it ended up to where one of the dragons was too big and I had to cut the tail off. It actually became a really great thing because now it looks like the dragon's flying in from out of the frame. But my initial reaction was, oh no, I should have measured. But then I turned it around and I was like, but I really love it. It's really cool. And it has these holographic colors that I had to get scraps for. And I had just enough of them to be able to make this. So sometimes we have to let the perfectionist side of us go so that that passion isn't lost. And it'll still bring in the abundance. Look, this person is like looking hard and trying really hard to build the abundance. And this person right here is just kind of trying to be smart about it. You know, so this person, they're worrying about it. They're drinking. They've got so much anxiety about it. And this person's just like, oh, look, let me see if I can get this. And they've created, if you can see it, like this little ring to try to get what may even just be a penny, you know? But at the same time, it's two different energies. And so this is the same thing as this. Perfectionist, you're going to be in that anxiety mode. Passion, you're going to be more resourceful and creative and think of ways to do things, because it feels like you're very creative and you're very resourceful, but you're doubting yourself right now. All right, so where are we going? Let's go to the Spirit Junkie deck. This is Gabrielle Bernstein. And let's see if we can get an affirmation for you, Sagittarius. Then we'll move forward. I release my need to be right. I am defenseless and at peace. And that's a huge heart chakra card right there, 1919 on the clock. So we've got these plants representing growth and the starburst, allowing yourself to shine. And that's the perfect message. I knew I needed to go to that deck. I release my need to be right. I am defenseless and at peace. So it's okay for you to be in a situation that may not be perfect, but you can still find the peace instead of being so unaware of the fact that there are options. You don't want to get in this energy. It's easier to create whether it's an abundance of health, healthy emotions, it can be wealth, whatever it is. It's easier to get into this balanced solar plexus and this abundance when we're not constantly feeling like we have to be defensive. And also, when you're not defensive, you're not in this rejection mode as much with all these negative thoughts. And you're allowing yourself, look, heart chakra, to just be yourself. Be yourself. I love that. So this card has the pink sparkles and the green plant, and she's got a green dress with a pink flower. Pink and green are definitely heart chakra colors. But yeah, just allow yourself to be yourself. You don't have to be anyone else. You don't have to do things perfectly all the time, because if you do that, then, I mean, good for you. But I think most of us can agree that we are not perfect all the time, maybe even most of the time. I'm definitely not perfect. All right, Sagittarius, last message for encouragement. This is coming from the Priestess of Light Oracle. Since this one jumped up, we'll get it first. All right, 38, which breaks down to an 11. That's a master number. It was 2112. For some reason, I saw that when I was on the clock or looking at the clock. So if that's something that is important to you, sensuality, feminine wisdom, and passion. So here we have passion coming up again. Now, just keep in mind that whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. That passion or feminine energy, we all have masculine and feminine energy within us. But what it's kind of saying is to not be so hard on yourself, to give yourself grace, to allow yourself to nurture yourself. I'm seeing this tiger and hearing lick your wounds. Again, I'm just getting that you don't have to be perfect. It's more about your passion. It's more about following. I'm hearing prowess, like following the fact that you know you're a tiger. Like, I get Sagittarius, that your sign is not a tiger. But at the same time, what I'm getting is you know your power. And that's what I'm trying to say. You know your power, and you know that you can attract to you the things that you want. You just got to switch your mindset. That's what I'm getting. But yeah, some of it's going to be letting go of that hardcore, like, because what I'm seeing is like a factory or labor situation where it's like 22:44 on the clock. You got to produce things. I got to just get this out. Like, this is how I got to do these things, which is that perfectionism. And with the passion is saying no. You don't have to do it exactly a certain way in a certain time, the way that other people might think that you need to. When you do that, like, even for this artist, if they do what they think everybody wants them to do, or what's popular or whatever, they've lost that passion and now they're in their head. 23 on the clock. That feels important. Let's see if there's anything else for you, Sagittarius. Anything else for Sagittarius for April? Still, like I said, a positive read. I mean, goodness gracious. You've got some really great cards, including the 10 of Pentacles. It's just that mindset shift has to happen. Yeah. 3, calming the waters, peaceful self-regulation. So whether you've got to go ground in nature, there are definitely things with that full moon that you're releasing. Oh, excuse me. But notice how brightly it's shining on this person. And they've got a crown on. They're completely in their element. They are grounding in nature. They're not letting anything from the outside world hold them back from what it is that they're doing, from what they want. People may even, like, in this card, I don't feel like this was necessarily the meaning, but I'm seeing, like, people may even think that you're weird. Oh, what was that video? Something with Myrtle Beach recently where it was, oh yeah, it was the spring equinox, and there was some person who didn't know anything about it and recorded a video making it seem like these young people were out on the beach engaged in criminal activity. I can promise you I'd much rather young people be out on the beach celebrating the spring equinox than to be out on the beach doing a lot of other things. So be yourself. People are going to judge. That's okay. They don't know you. They aren't you. You get to decide how you create the life that you want. All right, Sagittarius, I hope that was helpful. And again, thank you for watching. If you want to like, share, comment, subscribe, any of those things, they're always appreciated. One, I just enjoy being able to interact with people and share the content. And two, it's nice to have the messages get to where maybe they need to go, because it's just a fact of life that the more people that you have subscribed to you, the further the messages reach. And I hope they reach who needs them. Sagittarius, take care. Again, feel free to leave a comment. I do provide services. I keep forgetting to say that. So if you'd like a personal read on your personal situation, maybe none of this even resonated with you. I can't imagine you would have watched it all the way through, though. Maybe. But who am I to judge, right? So I am available for bookings if you would like more information. The link is in my bio. And thank you again. I'm glad that even though we started on a really difficult, heartbreaking feeling, that we're seeing it can be turned around. You can't change the past, but you can do something different. All right, I'm done. Take care, Sagittarius, and hopefully I see you again in May, or maybe you watch some of the other things that I do. Either way, I'll see you later.